First sound you hear is just crack. Hello, my name is Jordan Davis and welcome to Not From The Bottle, the show where I, alongside my good friend Matt Rogers, debate the issues, big and small, of a certain topic with our own, often irrelevant stories thrown in for good measure. Alright, let's begin. Not From The Bottle, now sponsored by Adidas. Okay. Welcome back to the fourth proper episode of Not From The Bottle. We've had a little break, we've recharged our batteries, and we're back for three more to round off this, the debut series of your favourite YouTube show. Today we've decided, because it's the first proper full show of 2019, that we're going to be looking back at 2018 and getting to grips with some of the sporting moments, the musical stories, and the television tales, and we'll be making a decision on what the biggest story in each of those categories was. How are you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm grand, Jordan.
Are you good, yeah?
Yeah, I actually am, yeah.
Yeah, you're in a good place at the minute, aren't you? You're really in a good place. This show, it's really, you know...
Next to you is a good
giving
place.
you... That's so kind, man.
I know, we start at 19.
If only more women, felt that way. So we'll kick off with the biggest sports stories of 2019, and where else can you start? I just want to say, we're Not From The Bottle. We like sport, and people know us for liking sport. This will never be a sport. We'll never go into depth.
No, because we actually planned it before we started that if we went too much into sport, it would just...
We'll never ask if Liverpool should play 4-4-2 or not, but we will try and find the funny sides of sport that everyone can enjoy. So what are your memories, Matt? Your memories of the World Cup? England's great run into the World Cup semi-final. What do you remember about enjoying the experience of watching the country being great, things like that? What are your memories
game to game?
That?
It was like phenomenal, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Like group stage when we were just instantly thought we were going out, and then we just get through, and then we go to. Oh, it's just beautiful, wasn't it? But the best thing about it was, I think, the atmosphere I've never experienced, obviously being English and being born in 95, you've not really had any World Cup or Euro success.
None.
But the atmosphere of the people around, like I was shouting, "It's coming home" to random people walking down the street, and...
We actually,
we had, me and Joel in our old place, had a balcony where we would blast about 4 hours before every game, we'd blast Three Lions by Lightning Seeds, just I was blasting it out the balcony and shouting it. We have people shout back to us, "Guys, coming home!" Just amazing.
So it's Coming Home came out. Oh, Three Lions came out on. It went to number 1 on the date of my birth.
Really?
Sunday, the 26th of May, 96. The charts were updated on the Sunday, and it went to number 1 because it was
dedicated to you.
It was before the Euros.
Badil literally said, "This is for Jordan."
Yeah, he's coming home. Yeah, as I was moved from the hospittal back to. You're right, Matt. You're absolutely spot on.
It is actually you.
Gender unknown, because ahead of its time. I spent the whole of the World Cup in America. So I don't have the...
This is disgusting, yeah.
It's good and bad because... So I was in Camp America.
Shite.
Oh, well, they weren't in it.
No, I know.
So it was a difficult... We had to explain to people... So people who ran the camp were American. We had to explain to them... Right, okay. You like the NFL then? Yeah. Right, imagine if the NFL was every 4 years, yeah? And your team... Which team just... New York, whatever... All right, imagine if they got to, like, the quarterfinal. You'd be mad, wouldn't you? Oh, we don't have quarterfinals, we have conferences. You understand? They're like the final 8. Right, now imagine it's every 4 years, not every year. Now can we watch the game? Oh, right, yeah, now you can watch the game. All right, okay, well, that's the situation I'm doing here. But I remember, so when we played Colombia, obviously went all the way to penalties.
Oh, beautiful.
We was in a room with... All the English people were allowed to watch it. And if you were supposed to be teaching sport at the time, the kids you were with could watch it. And there was people there from France. Basically, everyone in that room wanted us to lose.
Yeah, of course. For England,
there was at least 60 or 70 people. Everyone wanted us to lose. It went all the way to penalties, and they showed, even in America, they showed a montage of every penalty shootout we previously had, which obviously is like lost, won, lost, something like that.
Yeah.
And
Germany
they show every World Cup is a loss. Southgate famously missed a penalty against Germany in Euro 96. Yeah. So we're there going, you don't understand. We lose now. That's how it's not even like we could. Oh, penalties. No, honestly, we lose now. That's how this works.
This is just the classic. Isn't it?
Missing the first miss was Jordan Henderson when he walks up and he's flicking the ball up like this and thought, well, he's doomed.
I literally
everyone knew.
I knew he was going. Oh!
And then to get it back and have a room totally against us was a great. Like you'll have had a great. Where were you? Where did you watch that?
In our flat, we had a meticulous routine for our thing. So we play. It was always obviously me and Joel lived in the place. So me and Joel, would have at least 2 or 3, maybe more people come round.
Yeah,
we'd watch it in our flat every time. And I actually I wore this retro Chelsea top in a '97 auto glass Chelsea top for the first game.
Nice.
We won, and then I vowed that I wouldn't take this off.
That's good.
So I kept. Oh, it's brilliant. And also, Burzins, one of our friends, came later to every game. He kept turning up late.
Yeah.
So it's to the point where at one game, I think it might have been Colombia, he just went.
You got there on
time. You're gonna have to stay outside for a bit, mate. And he genuinely had to stand outside the flat, just waiting for like 5 minutes. Like,
that's so good.
You can come in. But yeah, I wore this Chelsea top. I didn't even wash it. I didn't wash this top. I just kept wearing it. It was getting to the point where we got through the semi. Not semi. We got through to the semis. I was pouring beer on myself and just showering
washing
in it.
A beer shower.
Like the lot. And then, so I wore this top and it was like quite representative of the World Cup for me. But the best bit about it is all this beautiful atmosphere that I was talking about where we get walking down the street, shouting he's coming home.
Yeah,
it's
that's
all smiley,
amazing.
It was brilliant. Like the atmosphere around the whole, everyone was happy with each other. And then we went out to Croatia and we went, we're gonna have to go to McDonald's. So we walked to McDonald's and I walked in this famous Chelsea shirt.
Oh no!
You can see us going instantly. Yeah, it would have been like, oh, of course, mate, I'll get you. I'll get your Mackie. Yeah. No, so instead, I had mine. Went out for a cig and went. A bunch of about 14-year-olds, about 10
it's
of them.
It's going to be so sad.
10 of them stopped for 14-year-olds. I went, anyone got a lighter, by the way, lads? And he went, not for you. Get that top off. I was like, no, I wore this for the game, like, because we went, well, it didn't work very well, did we? We just lost to Croatia.
So for 3 weeks, all football fans, everyone in the country actually,
was
united,
in unison,
common cause, as soon as we're out, Chelsea, fuck you. That's so
like your
sad.
own sig, mate. And then,
I watched the Croatia game. This Croatia's semi-final. The whole of the camp I was in went to it was like a big theme park, one of the biggest theme parks in America. And we was like, no, you don't understand. Like we've been getting, we made sure we watched the group stage. Like we're definitely watching the semi-final. And they were like, well, you obviously can't. And we were like, no, you don't understand. We definitely went to the semi-final. So the whole theme park we had to find. It was in one of the eateries. It was like a television in the sort of in the back kind of in. We skulked away, and watched it. And I had to take. There was about 6 kids under my control. I said, look, we're sitting here for 2 hours. If anybody asks, you wanted to come here. They don't ask. It's fine.
Knife to throw.
This is how this is working, right? Sat there when I walked in. We was 1-0 up already. So people, they share the things. It's like my life peaked when
it was 6 months ago the other day, actually.
Didn't have that moment. Never got it. Didn't see it. I've only ever seen replays of that. Never seen it.
Oh my god,
terrible.
That went in.
Yeah, I know.
I lost it.
Well, it didn't matter anyway because we were going to the final, so it didn't make any fucking difference. Oh wait. At the end of that game, so they scored for 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. I put because the kids didn't understand how important it was. So like situation. 2 of them cheered or something for the 2-1 goal, and I was like, so I put my earphones in, which was just playing music in the zone, watched till the end, then just sat there in total silence for 10 minutes afterwards, and just walked them out without saying a word, just like in total silence. And it must have taken me a good 45 minutes to an hour before I wanted to speak to another human being. Yeah. It was just a terrible.
The going from instantaneous joy every game was just beautiful. Like we were just in arms.
Even
like,
our loss
on
was
the ground.
Good, so we got into the shit section.
Yeah, I know, even when we lost to Belgium,
that was a great loss. That was
loss.
a heroic loss. I still believe Pickford pulled his hand away, but and then the final. So the people who ran the camp said, "Do you need to watch the final?" And I said, "I can't think of anything worse."
Yeah,
I didn't want to watch that final.
no. I mean,
but the overall, Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on him and his waistcoat.
yeah, we were shouting that out. We were playing that before. Oh, it was beautiful. Just walking down and people walking down our road and just screaming, "Southgate, you're the one!" And
he's an unlikely hero. He's very British to be a failure, and he sort of became a success.
I personally believe, though, it's down to a lot of the runs we had. Let's be real. Southgate is an actual man. We can't get too deep into it.
I think we'll leave it there. But it's good that people at home will have their own memories of that World Cup, and it was a very special time. And in our lives, as you pointed out, born 95, I was born 96. We have never had a run like that. That was the first knockout win in over 10 or 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was a good moment for sport.
Great, some would say.
Now, there were some other sports. Tyson Fury came back from the dead against Deontay Wilder in December.
That was a joy. I actually put a load of money on Tyson Fury.
Did you watch that?
Yeah. Well, watch the highlights next day.
Yeah. For all money, he was finished.
And then that...
Bang! The miracle.
Oh, the wake up.
The only other time I've seen a guy come back like that was reasonably recent. So I work in a hotel, and there were these two guys who two-manned a night out to Manchester, and I joined them late in the day. Like, got there at 1:30. The club was shutting at 3 because I'd been shutting down the bar, so I got there very late. The two-manned it. They're both very drunk. One of them's been thrown out and snuck back in again. Gets to the end of the night. The house lights come on. The one who's not as drunk as the other one goes, "Right, come on, it's time to go." So it grabs him like this, and the other one shoves him off him like that, quite hard. This guy didn't like it, so he shoves back in a similar way. So your man knocks him to the floor like this and boots him when he's on the ground. And I swear to God, it was a Fury-like recovery. Hit in the face and booted on the ground. You're thinking he's finished, this guy. No. He's up and he's at it. And suddenly everyone's in, the bouncers are in. They're separating. And the guy suddenly has this moment of composure. And he starts shaking the bouncer's hand and he says, "Thanks for a good night." And he goes outside, and this is honestly true. He gets in the first cab he sees, and he goes straight, administers himself to hospital.
That's just... I thought you were going to say he's going to knock the other guy out.
Basically walked past him and was like... He showed this weird sort of composure, like...
Maybe he's the son of God.
Maybe.
Turn the other cheek. I'm all right.
He's not. But it's an interesting one. Well, no, of course. Have you ever been in a fight? Have you ever been beaten up, Matt?
Yeah. No,
have you? Yeah.
I've not been put to the ground or anything, but I've been punched many a times.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I've been punched by a bouncer. That was actually quite...
You hate bouncers?
I have a passionate hatred for bouncers.
Why were you punched? Is that a good story? Is that
Yeah, well, we went to a club in Liverpool, me and my mate, and these two girls came up to us. Both of us had girlfriends at the time, so both said, "Sorry, not happening tonight." Yeah. Mine was a lovely girl. She was like, "Okay, no worries, I understand." The other girl was one of them, Fiat 500s.
Right, yeah. Okay, and, sure.
She kind of took great offence to this. Ends up shouting at him. My friend did say, "Blonde hair and big tits isn't going to get you everywhere in life, love," as a response to her going insane at him. So she slaps his drink out of his hand. The bouncers then... You judge for this story whether I should have been punched, because it's a bit, right. You make the judgment. But so the bouncers see this drink getting slapped out, so they go and grab him behind the arm, take him out.
Bloody hell.
And he's not technically not done anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's only just, said one comment. There's a throwaway comment.
Yeah, it was a throwaway comment.
Yeah.
We've all made him.
Yes, incredibly sexist, but it's fine. But throws it on behind his back, starts marching him out. So I go up to another bouncer and go, "Excuse me, what's going on here? He's not done anything, but why is he getting thrown out?" And he was like, "Are you with him?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "All right, then bang." Took me behind the arm, and I was like, "Right, I'm not having this." So I turned to him and went, how big must your bollocks be to do this? Which probably didn't help the situation.
Dunno.
So he then turned this arm lock into a choke hold. I was getting choked out the club just like this. Walked past him and I knew actually, he was like, "You alright?" Just... Then, we went out of the club. And then I started speaking to them, and my friend got his phone out, started recording them, and said, "Is this all right?" To this bouncer that we were then talking to, who was like the sound bouncer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Good cop.
Yeah, but really bellend.
Yeah.
But so he starts talking to him. So he starts videoing and he goes, "This is alright." And the bouncer was like, "Of course it's alright, we're videoing you here, we have this thing and all this." So we start talking to this guy and we're like, explain the situation. Anyway, the bouncer that dragged me out, Baldy, let's call him.
Okay, the Bald Eagle, sure. Sure.
So he comes over and like stands watch and can see my friend recording. Grabs the phone out of his hand.
Oh no.
And I went, "Hold on, you're not allowed to do that. We've just talked. You're not allowed to do that." So grabbed his wrist. He then, which had the phone in, he pulled my hand away and just clocked me with the other hand. I just turned to him and went, "Well, you're definitely not allowed to do that." He then, when he started walking towards like inside.
So this punch didn't...
No, it didn't knock me out.
Didn't cause you any strife?
No, it was quite good actually, to be quite honest. Got punched by a bouncer and got to say a witty remark back.
Yeah.
But then ended up shouting. This is a good bit as well. I started shouting him because he went up towards the door where we weren't allowed. Obviously, we've been kicked out. So I started going, "Give me his name. I want his name. He's just punched me in the face. Give me his name." The sound bouncer then turns to me and goes, "Excuse me, will you not point? It's quite aggressive." I said, "Aggressive? I've just been punched in the face." Yeah, so...
Anyway, we'll wrap this section up. Other stories happened in sport, just going to mention them by name. Mark Williams won the World Snooker Championships and got pissed all night. Didn't get home until like 10 in the morning because he's that kind of guy.
What a man.
Great guy. And Rob Cross won the World Darts Championship in his first ever year as a professional. All those...
Also...
Yeah?
Go. Got to mention the sports, Beer over my head. This was the England women's netball.
England women's netball in the Commonwealth Games.
We were up
Is this
in
true? Oh right,
No,
you're right. That did happen. So that's one. Yeah, fair play to you, Matt. You're a real equal opportunities guy. You're right. We had mentioned all men. You did need to counteract that balance. So what was
you can vote for that if you want.
Greatest sports moment of 2018 up there? Yeah, vote netball. Beer over your head at the netball. It'd just be like
limbs at the netball.
You just didn't understand, did you? So I was last game I managed my football. It feels like every time I manage a football team, there's a scandal of some kind now. This week I was offered out by the other manager because they got given a foul for handball, which I didn't think was handball. So I shouted to the ref, like, "That's not handball," or something, thinking it was shoulder. And their guy came over and went, "This is your hand. Read the rule book." He was like, "Read the rule." I said it clearly wasn't his hand. He said, "Yeah, it is. Read the rule book." And I was like, "Fuck this guy." So about 10 minutes later, their guy made a foul, got the ball, but took out the man. The guy gives a foul. Their guy's furious about it. The ref comes over and says, "You can't tackle like that anymore." So I turn around to my subs and said, "I'm going to wind him up here." So I go over him and go, "It's called excessive force. Read the rule book." And winked at him like that and turned around. And he just started, "What? What?" I said, "Read the rule book." He went, "Say that one more time. Say that one more time." I went, "Read the rule book." Like this. And I just like, all this frustration. He's got all this hatred. Obviously he's not going to do anything, is he, by the touchline? I was just winking at him. We lost in the end, but it's always good to get under a guy's skin.
You won inside.
It's always good to get under
personal
a guy's
victory.
skin.
So I'm now going to lead us into the second topic, which is music and what musical events happened over the year, what musical figures were imposing throughout 2018.
Sure.
I'm going to start with one of the biggest names in music. Me and Jordan discussed this prior. Jordan has no clue about this man in terms of what the general population knows. Jordan knows 3% of that.
I know he's a guy. So he's a rapper of some kind.
He's a rapper.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. This man is Kanye West. I'm sure you will all know.
I don't know any Kanye West songs.
So, do you know?
Well, I might have heard him.
Yeah, you will. Gold Digger. You heard that.
Okay.
You have now. So I'm going to go through, just for Jordan's benefit, and maybe some other...
I like music with guitars. I like music.
Same.
I don't know any rap. I don't know anything what's in the charts. I just know...
Kanye is a very extravagant, extraordinary figure who is so above himself, he now believes he's somewhat better than humanity in a very generalized sense.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know the intricacies of his mind, but that's what the worldview is. Saying that, you can't really trust a man who names his kid North.
Yeah, I heard that.
When his last name is West.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's now got a new kid called Chicago, and I'm wondering whether...
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm wondering whether her middle name is Town Pizza. So...
It's a jokey joke.
Yeah,
you can't knock it.
Yeah, it's a real one.
It's a proper joke.
It's a real one. So throughout the year, there's been things. So in early April 2018, he quoted himself saying that him and Trump are similar men because they have dragon energy.
Right. Oh, so I see. The vibe you're giving me at the moment is like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sheen breakdown, Tiger Blood.
It's like that times about 10.
I really enjoyed Charlie Sheen.
Kanye's a brilliant man. Okay. In May, this was a bad one. This one I didn't enjoy Kanye. In May, he claimed that slavery was a choice for... he is African American.
Yeah.
He said that slavery is a choice and that they should have just been... They should have freed themselves, basically. Which is bizarre because he's written genius lyrics about slavery.
That's an attitude I'd never heard.
No, no one's heard it. It's mental. Yeah. So he wrote a song called All Falls Down in which he says, we're trying to buy back our 40 acres, which is a line beautifully written about the 40 acres promised to slaves who did a 10-year in extra service that never got given. So he's saying, I'm going to buy back the 40 acres. If you're not going to give them me, I'm going to buy them back. And it's just so empowering to black people. Yeah. And then he turns around and says slavery is a choice. So his 2018 isn't going brilliant so far.
Sure.
Yeah. So in June, he was actually scared that Kim Kardashian was supposed to leave him.
Are they still going out?
Yes. They've had like 3 kids or something, yeah. But it shows how insane he's got, because when they first went out, I was like, what is he doing with her? And now she's going, what am I doing with him?
Yeah.
But no, they're still going out, it's fine. And supposedly he's going to try and drop a new album. This gives you a bit of an inkling about what he is as a person. One of his albums was Yeezus, which is his play on...
Oh, right,
the Lord
Savior.
Yeah. He's now supposedly going to bring out an album called Yandy, which is...
Wait, hold on. Did you say one of his albums is Yeezus? Is that what you just saw?
Yeah, and then he's got Yandy, which is going to come out. But at least Jesus is somewhat fictional, and you can maybe, go... Oh, I'll pretend to be that. I mean, I've done it.
Yeah,
you can pretend to be Jesus.
You've claimed
but
it.
Gandhi, you can't just go, I'm going to now be the second Gandhi. No, he's a real... We all saw him as pictures of him. You can't just say I'm now...
Why is he putting a Y in? Why is the Y?
He called himself Yay or...
Like from Kanye?
Yeah.
Weird. Didn't know that.
Anyway, so this
right.
So, now we've moved on to the real fun parts of Kanye West here. So, what Kanye is most... This is basically an education lesson for you, isn't it?
But yeah, well, I'm learning.
What Kanye is most... I'm going to have to hide this piece of paper from Jordan.
Yeah.
But what Kanye is most famous for at this year, well, in most years, is his Twitter. I don't know if he is absolutely brilliant on Twitter. Okay. Half his things don't make sense. Half of them are just rambles. He'll tweet like 50 tweets in a row, and it's just like... Wow. You wouldn't... You can't grip it. Anymore. It's like he just goes... Done. Send. It's brilliant. So, this game with Jordan is called Kanye or Not Kanye.
That is the question. Yeah, I knew he was
going to...
So... Okay.
These are tweets. Some made up, some
from
his
made
Twitter.
up or him.
Yeah.
Right.
So...
Okay.
Right. Keep squares out of yo circle.
Him.
Definitely him.
Yes! That makes sense. Like terms is what you teach
This
about there,
is
kids.
brilliant.
Like terms. Sure, I like that one.
You ain't got clout, you got boring.
Not him.
Nice. You good?
Yeah?
Yeah. We're on two.
Made
We're
that
on
up.
two.
I
Made
thought
that
you
one
was
up.
going to do
Is that-
Kanye.
I'm going to say it right now. It is very hard to make up Kanye tweets. I've tried to do this.
It's boring.
can't- you
I
have
just
to-
thought boring was a Matt Rogers-y word.
Yeah.
You should have gone Kanye or Trump, but because he's good, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's a bit. Yeah. Oh,
Go on.
sorry, ruined it.
Next week.
So, perhaps I should have been more like water today. Just that on its own.
Not him.
That was him.
Was
that
it?
was
Yeah.
tweeted by Kanye West. Yeah.
Fair.
This one is brilliant because I've told you the names of the dad. Oh, well, I kind of gave it over. The names of the people are, the kids and North.
Yeah.
He's got North, Saint, and Chicago. The
Saint
kids.
West.
Yeah. He's,
Right.
never threaten North, Saint, and Chicago's dad. So you have to threaten them, but not the dad.
Oh, that's a toughie. Real. Him.
It is real. That
Yes.
was real. Don't threaten their dad. You're fine with anyone else. Each day is one where we can bless the earth, wind, and me.
That would be a good tweet.
It would be.
But
Has it been tweeted? That's the
no,
question.
not real.
No, it isn't real. So what have you done now? You got one wrong, haven't you?
I think I made one botch, yeah.
If-
Good game, though.
Yeah, I've got
game.
there's two more.
Alright,
Right. If
carry
you
on.
diss
I hope
my
you're playing along at home.
Yeah, you better be. If you diss my wife again, I'm gonna roll up.
Bloody hell. Real?
No, not real.
What? Oh, dead.
It just doesn't sit right on my spirit.
That must be real.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Jordan got
Hey.
5 out of 7 there, which is quite good. You've learned a lot. You've kind of you've understood him as
So
a
people's
person.
general opinion is that he's nuts. Is that it?
At this time, yeah. In the early days, Kanye West was a bit of a genius. His
Yeah,
first 3
yeah.
albums
I
were
thought he
unreal,
must have been.
like
Otherwise, we wouldn't be giving
no,
him
like a
such.
serious genius. Like he produced a lot of his records. He wrote a lot of his records. He got people to come in and general genius. Late graduation. What is it?
Yeah, fuck knows.
Oh.
But no, we're getting a big fat no from Joel Plus, who knows
It
more
wasn't
about
even
music.
that. It was.
It's not called late graduation.
It's late
registration.
late registration, graduation, and what's the other one?
Which one?
The other one, the first 3. So it's late registration, graduation, and college dropout.
College Dropout,
There we go.
yeah.
Yeah, them 3 great albums. I obviously know them ins and outs
Yeah.
of them.
Late dropout, registration, and graduation. Dropout reminds me of another musical. I can't remember. Little Easter egg for you. Other things that happened in music this year, or rather 2018. I know we disagree strongly on this. The Arctic Monkeys released the album Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. Totally different style to the previous album. Famously, not a chorus in sight, as Noel Gallagher said. I personally think you should be allowed to change genres.
Yeah.
I think that if you're in control of your own music, you should be able to write. And if you've done 4 albums in a certain way and you want to do the 5th one totally different, that's your choice. You can appeal to different fans. You can leave your old fans behind if you want. If that's what you want to do, that's your decision. I remember, hated.
I hate the album. I hate what it stood for. Mainly because Alex Turner has done Arctic Monkeys. He's made a style, he's made a fan base, and he's made people that are loyal to, as you say, guitar music. Like,
Yeah.
Guitar, bass, drums, simple as bang, little, But now it's like a vanity project. It's going, oh, I'm going to create this, and I know people will buy it because it says Arctic Monkeys on the front. And that annoys me because he's gone and done his own Submarine, that album, and then he did stuff with Miles Kane, with The Last Shadow Puppets, where he's differed, to then go basically to the other members of Arctic Monkeys and go, right, I've got this album, you won't like it, but you're going to do it.
Live, they do fuck all.
Yeah.
When it's the new stuff.
Yeah, I
They
bet-
just stand there.
I bet they were just like, Alright, okay, Alex. Okay. And that's what I don't like about
must
him.
have been.
Well, he's changed his whole persona throughout his whole career, which was why I don't really like him that much. Someone that can change from a little Sheffield scruff with spots on his face and a hair like mine to Elvis Presley's worst impersonator really does annoy me.
Do you not think it's hard for someone who's come from nowhere when they get popular? It's a classic case of like, how do you still maintain my... You know what? Because he's, he's singing about...
The rough and ready side of life,
and
and all that. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. But when he moved on to like Suck It and See, that was a great album. That was a masterpiece of an album. But
and AM was a great album. So yeah, it was though, Matt. Yeah, nah, it was, Matt. It doesn't matter if it was or it wasn't.
It was AM. No.
You didn't like it. I thought it was
awful. I think every song on it was dreadful.
4 out of 5 is good. It's not about if it was a good or a bad album, because I think most people say it was a bad album. It's whether or not you should be allowed to.
I believe in artistic, do it like discovering different sounds. I believe in that. I do, and I like when people change the style and change the sound in the right way. I mean, to do what he did, to basically just I'm just going to play piano and piss around for a bit.
That is bad.
While you
the hype
around
for that album,
do like a drum beat that's just like that because he has to. I think it annoys me.
For that album was insane. Like, it's being dropped on this day. Hashtag TBHC was like people could not wait for whatever day it was. And the next day, like, it was set up to be the biggest win. Like, everyone was going to listen to it. And then everyone went, oh, actually, I hated that.
Yeah.
I was built to love that. I was going to love that if it was half as good as the normal Arctic Monkey stuff. I was still going to love it. I hated it.
I did a classic
you
and listened to the album from the start to finish.
Well, an album is a story, so yeah.
I did that and hated every minute of it, if I'm being deadly honest. Awful.
An album's supposed to take you,
on a journey.
At the end, you might think something different to how you thought at the start. Bruce Springsteen's very good at it. No, because the album is chosen in this. Sometimes the lead track is number 7, because actually that's where it fits within. Some people will do what you say and just, I've written 11 good songs, here they all are.
I understand when you talk about like the dark side of the moon and stuff like that, but like in terms of an album, like I think they just go, that was a decent one, I'll put it third.
Bruce Springsteen will write an album where he goes, here's some bad stuff, here's how we're all struggling, and then like 2 at the end might be like, but actually... Yeah, America, we can all do it. Bang, there's your story. If that was chopped up in a different way... Anyway, it doesn't matter. They tried something different. It wasn't the biggest story of the year. The other one... So in 2017, I finished uni. There was a guy... I did journalism, so there was a lot of people who claimed to know a lot of stuff. Did it in Salford, so effectively Manchester. There was a guy who came in one day, really nice guy, great guy, and he came in and he said, I've heard... on the highest authority, well, the highest authority would be fucking the guys themselves. He said, put your money on an Oasis reunion, summer 2018. He said, they've already spoke to the Etihad, it's done. Because it was, the Stone Roses did it in 16. Yeah. He said, in 17, he came in and said, I've heard it, it's done, that's happening. Summer 2018, Etihad Stadium, however many, full week, whatever, it's Oasis is happening. I've heard they've been offered millions, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, fuck, right? He said, yeah. Journalism, so people are supposed to know this shit. Obviously, it never happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was bollocks.
In terms of an actual reunion, I've seen Noel live, I've seen Liam live, I've never seen them together. If it happened, I'd pay $1,000.
I don't think it should happen.
I would pay upwards of $1,000. I'd pay
That's
so
what
much
concerns
money.
me, because that means they'll do it in the end.
Because
but the integrity wouldn't be there. I don't want the Smiths to I've seen Morrissey.
I wouldn't push for it personally. I'm one of the biggest Oasis fans that I know, but I wouldn't push for it. I wouldn't be like, oh, go on, lads.
I don't think it means the same as it did in 95 or 94. I don't think it's the same brothers. I don't think they like each other. It's just it would be a...
It could never work. And also, Liam Gallagher's obviously desperate for it, and he keeps saying... Noel's not a born front man and this and that, and it would unsettle me because I think the only reason why they would do it is money rather than for
Well, yeah.
I enjoy the music.
Noel apparently came out and said, I wouldn't do it even for all the starving kids in Africa. Liam's apparently didn't give a... Noel's then responded saying Liam never cared about Oasis fans. Why on earth would he walk off stage 20 odd times if he cared that much about the fans?
He's doing it for his own benefits as well. So I don't know, the bitterness between them both really kind of makes it like, ugh, well, what's the point? Like, what is the point?
I think there's no point.
Yeah, I'm not...
You have
Obviously,
to learn,
if it happened, I'm going. But...
Yeah, you have to learn to enjoy the music they make separately. Now you can get 2 albums in a year.
Yeah.
But it's not Oasis. You have to learn to live with that compromise. I've seen Morrissey. I'm happy not seeing the Smiths because it would just be, like I said, the Stone Roses. That's not the Stone Roses, is it? No. It's a.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like.
I'm not against bands staying together for a long time, but I'm saying if you're just coming back to chase some coin, and it's not the
integrity's gone. Everything's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That's your 3 music stories. You can vote which one is the most important to you, maybe from 2018, and that will be up there now. Slot me a bottle opener, actually. Hold on.
We tried the new side of the in, like 9%.
What?
The in, IN.
I've never heard of this. Thank you.
Have you not?
There's 9% cider.
Yeah.
That'd kill me.
Insider. You should try going insider, Jordan. It would really sort your life out, mate.
You're an awful man. Why 9%? I was honestly just going to tell you about how I went to Manchester Beer and Cider Festival. It turns out you weren't even talking about cider. You're a dick. I was going to do something different. I'm going to do what I was going to do anyway.
I've never tried it.
Never tried insider. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Yeah. I've never been insider. I received a series of texts from a friend who went on a night out and went back with a woman who it turned out was a mother, but the child wasn't there. And in the morning, they were woken up with him in the bed with this woman because the father of the child was knocking on the door with the kid because it was her turn to look after the kid. So I woke up to, and you can see it here, and you won't be able to see the specifics, but it's a series of texts like you get on a phone screen, like when the texts are coming through one at a time. So I woke up to these messages that he sent to me as the story builds, and I'm going to read them for you now in order. Okay. Fuck. The father of the kid is here. I'm gonna have to bolt. Hidden in the toilet. Fuck. Just bolted. Fuck me. So I said, what the fuck's all that about? And he said, fuck's sake, haha. Raw as balls. Was in bed and her phone goes. Bloke's voice. Hiya. Me and the kid are here. I've said kid's name, but I've forgotten it. She panics. I panic. I hide in the bathroom, and she lets them in. They move to the lounge and sit down. As soon as the lounge door closes, I'm off like a rocket. Must have sprinted at least 2 miles easily. Some people's lives.
Oh. Anyway, how are your legs?
Yeah.
Still hurting from that 2 mile run, George?
Good, man. Yeah, I'm just pretending that those texts I sent you were actually from someone else. But, you know, lovely woman.
Yeah. And the kid. Angel.
A little shitbag. Anyway, on with the show. Alright, so the third and final topic today of Not From The Bowl, episode 4, subject to 2018, is about the television that happened in the last year. One of the main stories is that Doctor Who became a woman. I grew up with Doctor Who and love Doctor Who, and I'm not against it being a woman, but it's shit now. I don't know if are you in? I didn't think you'd be in.
No, I lost my virginity.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
right, let me explain Doctor Who to you. As a woman, she's Doctor Who. She's a good actress. Everybody knows that. But the storyline is written where it's like, all she's doing is like, let's try and solve the problem. Whereas Doctor Who used to be like a maverick. He used to be like, he'd tear apart 3 worlds just so Rose Tyler could see her father, right? Mad stuff. This is like, if we try, we can make it better. Yeah? It's not because she's a woman, it's because the writing's shit. Yeah. Then one of the companions has dyspraxia, he's like, I'm not sure if I can jump off this bridge. And they're like, you can jump off the bridge. And he jumps off the bridge, right? Then there's Bradley Walsh, who was in it, because he's a legend, right? A sick guy. I love him, love the chase, love everything about him. And he's the only white guy, and he apologises throughout the whole series for everything that white people have ever done.
Yeah.
So, like, they go back in time where there's slavery, and he's like, oh, God, sorry about that. And they're like, nah, it wasn't you. It's shit now. I could totally endorse a female Doctor Who if she was like what Doctor Who should be.
Good, because Doctor Who's an alien, so it could really be a dog, technically. Embodied as a dog. That's what it is, isn't it? They just jump bodies, don't they? So
No,
technically, it could be it could be an earthworm.
Doctor Who is
Doctor
Who is a pillar of this country. It's television.
It's awful. It's absolutely.
Well, you're gonna hate the next one. There was a royal wedding this year, Matt, involving Prince Harry and Meghan.
In fairness,
yeah?
I love Prince Harry. I'm a staunch anti-royalist. I think I don't believe in anything good about what they do. I just think it's all a load of bollocks, really. But Prince Harry is an absolute geezer. Let's be real.
Right, but you only know that because the royal family are in existence, spotlighted.
Yeah, but I wouldn't continue the royal family just for Harry. But I'm saying he's the silver lining of the royal family.
So you watched the royal wedding, yeah?
No.
You got up early. It was like the Christmas day of television for you, was it?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good news, man.
Banners, the flinging swat.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, I love Harry. He's just a good guy, isn't he? He's been in Afghanistan. He dressed up as a Nazi. What don't you like? Great guy.
He's done all the great things. He's been to Afghanistan. He's dressed up as a Nazi.
We're only one Afghanistan trip away from
that.
That's
it. Basically, we're going to be marrying, American TV stars as soon as we
get to Afghanistan.
The only thing holding us back, Windsor Castle. We'll be there. There's some controversy on Strictly Come Dancing, where it's been happening for years, but this time it was very prevalent.
Is this just people getting down to it?
This is the thing. People go on Strictly Come Dancing. It's been happening for years. There's lots of examples. Rachel Riley did it where she went on. She was going out with a dude who she'd been with since university. She went on. She started dancing with a Russian dancer. She chucked her guy and is now married to the Russian dancer. It happens. There's about 10 examples. I haven't got them written down. This year, Sean Walsh, who isn't even a funny comedian, like he did well. He did brilliant to get on that show. So he goes on. He's got a bird. That's fine. Next thing you know, he's being photographed outside bars, pulling his dance partner. You're an idiot. You're dropping the ball. You've got an open goal for your career, and you're firing the other way. It's ridiculous. And then obviously everyone hates him on the show. It's a public vote. They get voted out within a couple of weeks. Obviously, no. Has he been on TV since? Doubt it.
The people watching that are middle-aged mums and you. So
I don't watch I'm a Celebrity. I don't watch Strictly Come Dancing, but I know it's important to this country. It's an important.
I'd have put you down for a Strictly Come Dancing.
No, but I know my grandparents watch it and they like it.
Exactly. I'm going to watch some adulterer
they don't want
dance
to hear
his way
about that.
into the final.
No, they're good people. They don't want to hear about things like that.
Yeah, they dressed up as Nazis.
Yeah.
What? I don't know how that came from.
We're now that only works if we keep in the other stuff about Nazis. So we're now either going to have to keep all of it and none of it. So if there's a lot of cuts, it's because he said Nazi a lot.
Stop saying it now.
I'm going to do one more Nazi. No, God! CPM. Goodness, Matt. It's because we're too comfortable in our own environment. It's because we've put on Adidas jacket. Because I got here in an Adidas jacket. Besiktas jacket. And he was like, I own one of them. We were going to just go green. Now we've done this. And now he's saying Nazi. That's what's happened. Yeah.
So another TV story.
Yeah.
Was the I'm a Celeb one.
Yeah.
Which I think you know obviously.
I watched that. Yeah.
There was
That
no
is
Ant. Which is it's shocking because it's sad to see that the second best double act were split up.
good. Yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
Dick and Dom still together.
I meant me and you, but
Yeah,
okay.
I knew
Dick
you
and
meant.
Dom. Did you like Holly Willoughby?
Yeah, obviously I like Holly Willoughby.
Did you like her on it though? Oh, we all like.
Yeah, Holly Willoughby, national treasure, isn't she? Yeah, I thought she was good. She was basically giving Deck all the punchlines. So I think Deck was balling because normally him and Ant they do like half the punch. Someone sets it, the other one knocks
To be
it
fair,
out.
Deck's the better one though.
No, you
in
can't have a
terms-
fave out of Ant.
Yeah,
and
you
Deck.
can. Deck's definitely the best.
What are you talking about? Well, he's the one on least tramadol. That
He doesn't cause road accidents, so he's the best, quite clearly. Breaks them.
harsh from us.
Yeah, yeah. National
I
team.
like Ant
Of course.
and Deck the
He's having
same.
a hard time.
He is having a hard time.
Still, I think you should be punished for the wrongs you do, not
Yeah.
let free. So
Well, anyway. So that's your show. It's descended into total chaos.
madness.
But, you know, I hope we can get through it together. Your options are in the corner. What was the biggest television moment of 2018? Doctor Who, I'm a Celebrity, Strictly Come Dancing, Royal Wedding. Bang. All right, we'll just end it. Let's just end this.
Okay.
Let's end it.
Do you want to do it in one word at a time? Thanks
For
listening,
or
watching
this,
show.
it
Was
fun. Not
from
the
glass. No, bottle.
will
Be
back
some
time.
soon.
Take care, all the best. Enjoy your week. Thanks, bye. We're a shadow of ourselves.